Hi, and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff. This is part 4 of building the Mos Eisley Cantina from Star Wars. It's Lego set 75290. We've gotten bags 1 through 10 done, and today we're going to start on bag number 11. I'm just going to go ahead and start building here. Looks like we have the hammerhead guy from the Cantina bar. And there he is. And for this camera over here. And let's just jump right in. Hey Greg, how you doing? How was your day? And I don't know if you guys caught the news today with Lego. They announced that they're coming out August 1st with a Volkswagen bus. They already have a red one, or I should say had. I'm not sure if it's still on the market. I don't know if that set's been discontinued. However, yeah, they had one at one time, and they come out with a blue version of it. It's slightly different. And hi, Jenny. How was your day, Jenny? And Greg says his day was all right. I have to admit that my days have been a lot less stressful these last couple days. I was able to chat with my granddaughter today for a little bit. It's her birthday. We celebrated it before she left, but I was actually able to chat with her. So that's exciting. And Seinfeld is being released not tomorrow, Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. And yes, I do plan on getting it. And Jenny says her day went well. Time kept moving. Cool. Hopefully we'll see John on here tonight and some others like Josh who normally, attend. And Josh is a semi-regular. I'm kind of hoping one of my buddies who I've known for years, he collects Legos as well. Really hoping he shows up tonight. He did text me and ask me about the live stream tonight, so hopefully he's planning on being here. All right. Looks like I made a mistake last time. Forgot a piece, but there you go. Did I check? Oh, Greg, I'm sorry. I did forget. I will do it this afternoon. Or when I'm done here with the live stream. And that does tend to happen. I apologize, but with the stress release that I've had, it's been a mad rush just to get things done that I've been behind on. My day has actually been really good. I can't get into a lot of it, but I do have to say that this has been one of the best days I've had at work in a long time. So that much I can say, but that's about the extent of what I could share at this time. As far as other things that I can share is that I had an interview today. I had an interview with a real estate company that wants me to work for them once I pass my test, and that's been going on. I've had a couple interviews like that here recently, and I'm very much looking forward to opening that chapter of my life. I'm hoping that it can replace my current full-time job eventually. Actually, I hope very shortly, but you know, what you want and what you actually get are two separate things. And oh, Greg says I'm thinking about building landing gear on the Batwing. Cool. Do you have the pieces for that to do that? I don't know what you're. I know you do collect Legos, but I just don't know, like, if you're like me, where I got a ton of extra pieces. I could, for the well, I mean, I do have to order things, but when I do projects, but a lot of times I can at least get started because I have a lot of them. But I'd like to see that, Greg, when it's done. That'd be pretty cool. I do have a Facebook page that's related to the channel, and if you want to post a picture on there, I'd love to see it. And if you already have, I apologize. Like I said, been a mad rush just to get things done. So no, I don't. Okay. All right. Yeah, mine comes from just years of collecting and being able to be fortunate enough to run into garage sales and people online just selling bulk used Legos and getting a lot of it that way. I certainly have not paid full price for most of what I have. Honestly, can't afford it at full price. But I really do enjoy the hobby of Legos, and today I was actually going through and putting away a lot of my used Lego. I've got a couple piles of them, miscellaneous just things and sets of parts, and today was the day to kind of catch up on that, as well as there's several items in my Bricklink store that need to be caught up on because I'm getting behind, and if you get sloppy, that's where mistakes get made, and then you have unsatisfied customers. So yeah, I had to take care of that today. So alright, so we've got to build some little torch lamps for the inside of the cantina. And I'm really hoping that I will have some time to put together my other Tatooine sets, because I do have quite a few. And I think it'd be really cool to do the review with those. I know I've mentioned that before, but it's just been so crazy lately. But a lot of my drama has ended. And I'm grateful for that. And it's a combination of just not allowing those people in my life anymore, and some people actually realizing that, hey, he's not going to accept the fact like that. So the combination of two got rid of that. And also the scissor attachment. Are you still talking about the Batwing? Greg, I'm not sure. I do have Han Solo here, and this is bag number 12. And here he is, semi close up here. And like I mentioned before, this has 21 minifigures to it, so quite a bit going on with this guy. This set, I mean. Alright, got a couple pieces. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I also need to start studying for that test for the real estate exam. Need to get licensed in my state, and there's a lot of information that's involved with doing that. It's that's not a fast thing to get done. there's just so much information, so many concepts, and some of them I'm already familiar with, but some of them are completely foreign and brand new to me, so I'll have to study quite a bit. I look forward to the challenge, though. I don't shy away from challenges. And oh, ouch, that really hurt. I might have cut myself there. I think I did. These Legos are sharp, guys and gals. Yeah, I did cut myself. That's nice. Hi, John. How you doing? How do I like this set? I absolutely love this set. Mos Eisley Cantina came on the screen, I think, in '77, which I did not see at opening day or anything, Star Wars New Hope, because I was a little too young. But I have since made up for that and watched it several times. Wow, that really got me. But I really do like this set because I think this is a fairly accurate representation of the Cantina. I like the different characters. As always, though, if I had to say anything negative about it, is the fact that the spider guys, the musician, there were a few more of them in the film than there are in this set. I know, I'm splitting hairs. But I would just like it if it actually fully represented the new one. And I actually don't really care if Lego were to decide to charge a few more cents or dollars in order to make that happen. I'd be all for it. And yes, actually it is becoming one of my favorites because as time goes on, Lego gets better at building these kind of sets. And so it's exciting to be a part of it and to own a piece of it. And the more accurate they get, the funner it is. Now, I don't... All of my Legos for display. I'm not 5 years old. I don't actually play with them. I just build with them, but I'm sure if my granddaughter was here, I'm sure she would surely play with them, and I'm sure she would enjoy it. And yes, she has seen Star Wars with me a couple times, actually. Just don't tell her mom that. I'm just kidding. Her mom wouldn't care. I am looking forward to the Seinfeld set more than I am the Volkswagen Bug coming out. I mean, the Volkswagen Bug's cool and all, and I will get it, but I'm just not looking forward to it the same that I am the Seinfeld apartment. Most iconic movie bar in history. Yes, I would agree. I think most people know what it is. It's just a really cool set. I love how in the real movie, George Lucas is able to put all those different types of aliens in there, and I love the fact that there's no explanation needed. I mean, they just drop the camera in there, and they've got all these aliens running around, and there's they don't have to explain that that's normal in that world. They just act like it's normal. I love that part, and there's so many different species represented. I think it's cool. I like how I know it's they call it Sabic, I think it's called. That's their card game, but it's kind of like our poker. I like how their world kind of, in some ways, well, not kind of, in some ways it does represent our world. Like they have gambling just like we do. And Jenny says, I would agree too. I think you're referring to being the most iconic bar. But AT&T used to have that slogan, I don't know if they still do, more bars and more places. Well, I used to live in a neighborhood that I can guarantee had more bars and more places than anywhere else. And I say that because I owned a house, and literally on different street corners. There was four corners there, and there were a total of 3 bars on 4 of those corners, and we were only the second house from the corner, so they definitely have more bars and more places. Want to go to Tanzania to see the set in New Hope, and yeah, that is true. It was filmed there in Tanzania, in Africa, and I think that'd be cool too. Why not? And Jenny says yes, and John says George Lucas hated the cantina scene. I didn't know that. But I know that I have seen some of the things that they did for like the making of Star Wars, and I know that George Lucas was he never was fully satisfied with A New Hope. He felt like just came a point that he had to move on. He couldn't finish what he started, and he felt like it was abandoned, which is part of the reason that years later when he got the chance he went back and dropped a few scenes in there. Shoot. Hello? I'm doing a live stream. Is it important? Yeah, well, I thought you were in a car accident or something, so that's the reason I answered. Alright, talk to you later. Bye. It doesn't fail no matter how many times I tell my kids what's going on. Oh boy. So, alright, well here, let me reset this and I'll get started here back on the trail here. Must have a lot of Irish German people. I'm not sure what reference that is. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. And John says that Jenny Carter, I get my new puppy next weekend. Hey, cool, John. That is cool. I know you've been looking forward to that, so that is really good news for you. And yeah, you have to send me some pictures. I know you've sent a couple of them of the one you think you're getting, and hopefully that's the same one you are getting. Alright, let's see this. Jenny says sweet new puppy, and I would agree. I'm a dog lover myself. I've owned a few in my days. I would own one now, except for no fence. Oh, Greg Down says the bars around you. Actually, you were right. In that neighborhood, there were a lot of Irish, and there were a lot of Germans. So yes, surprised. Surprised, not surprised. You picked up on that. I didn't even think about it. I moved from that neighborhood in 2008, so it's been 13 years since I've lived there. But I still know a couple people from the area. I'm not in contact with them as much as some of my other friends, but we're friends on Facebook, and I do see them posting about their grandkids and stuff, and I enjoy that. And John says back is really bad tonight. I'm sorry to hear that, John. I think that whatever ails your back takes turns, because when mine's not bothering me, yours is bothering you, and vice versa. So I think it just takes turns of who to pick on. Well, it looks like this is coming along nicely. We're almost done with bag number 12, and that'll be on to 13, which I'm certainly looking forward to getting the set done. So I don't remember if I've said this or not, but here's the plan roughly. I will probably do a live stream tomorrow night to finish this. I'm really hoping to get that far today. And then it'll be Thursday, and I can't do live streams on Thursday because of my job. It's always the busiest day. But what I can do is on Thursday do part 4 of the world map. It's going to be a time lapse. And then possibly on Friday or Saturday, depending, I'm not sure which day yet, we're going to do a live stream where I build the border to the world map, and then I'm going to place the special little markers on there for all the places that I've lived in the world. And so I will do that. Oh boy, didn't do that right. And John, I have one of those couches with a powered lounge chair, so I raise my feet. Oh yeah, my sister's got a whole sectional that's got like, I think it's got 4 recliners built into it, so it's pretty cool. And I do, when I'm over there, I like to sit in them chairs just for that very reason, because if my back's bothering me, you just kind of kick that up, and well, it's powered, but yeah, you kick it up and there you go. And actually, I did sneak over to my sister's yesterday. Her alternator broke on her van that she uses for work, and so I was over there helping out with that. So next we're building Greedo. And poor Greedo got his head fried in this particular scene here. But Greedo actually, there's a whole race of Greedos, alien race. And there we go. There's him up front and close. And then for this camera over here, Jenny said, I need to get a recliner so I can read more comfortably. Yeah, you know, that'd be a great idea. And recliners are really nice. I love having the bed that reclines, and it really does help my back. If I'm having a bad day with my back, I go to bed and just lift up my legs a little bit with the remote, and by morning time, my leg doesn't hurt, or my back doesn't hurt anymore. So. And Greg, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at the next comment, because I read them both at the same time almost. Greg says, I've been considerably numb the last few days. Are you referring to medications? Are you referring to emotional anguish? I'm not sure. And I'm laughing about John's comment about hand shot first, because there has been a controversy over that on the internet. And when they remastered A New Hope, they edited it so that Greedo shot first. But if you look at the original, it looks like Han shot first. So, just some dumb trivia for you, and some people really do care about it. So, you know, I personally got better things to do than to worry about who shot first. But yes, there are people that watch the nitty gritty of every movie and have an opinion about everything. So, set number 10270, which is the bookshop. Not the latest modular, because the police station is. But anyway, that modular, I was able to get I was able to get 68 copies of it. And Amanda and I are currently unpackaging that so that we can get that listed in the store. And John, I hear you on that. He said, no controversy, they changed it, it was dumb. I agree. And Greg has a song stuck. Okay, I'll look that up afterwards then. I'm actually not familiar with that one. And I'm trying to get some of them pieces put away from the bookstore because right now they're blocking the view of the city. I can't actually do a video of the city because they're all right up against it. So actually what's keeping the bags from falling over is the city. So I have to get some of those put away so I could do a video, because I would love to do a video right now of my city. It's been too long. And I want to mention Pink Floyd. Okay. All right. That would make it easier for me to find it. I don't mean this as a political statement, so please do not get political about this. But I heard that Joe Biden signed an executive order telling I can't remember which one it is now. I think it was the FTC, but I can't remember, to come up with rules about right to repair, which I am so for right to repair, because I hate the fact that there's been certain cars that I've worked on that you're not allowed to buy certain size wrenches. You have to use an adjustable because of the fact that the manufacturer does not want you working on your own vehicle. And I think that's total BS, because if I buy it, I want to be able to fix it, and I do work on my own vehicles. So don't like that at all, and I am glad that he signed that, so that it'll be harder for these manufacturers to make it impossible for you to fix your own stuff. And again, I didn't want to go political on that. I'm just saying I'm glad they did it so that I can work on my own vehicles more, and also they're saying that it could open up the door to work on your own iPhones if you know how to do it, which some people do. My daughter broke her phone, and she dropped it, and a friend's dad used to work on iPhones at a store, so he had all the tools to do it because he used to work there, and he was able to fix it for really cheap. But imagine if he didn't have that, she would have taken it in and would have cost a whole lot more. So I like the idea. Does anybody else here work on their vehicles or know how to fix an iPhone or anything like that? Anybody else into that kind of stuff? Oh boy. All right, Greg. You guys, that's one of the reasons I like doing this channel, man. You guys make me laugh, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, they some manufacturers have blocked getting the parts or the size, like wrenches and that kind of stuff, and it's especially prevalent with farm equipment, by the way. I'm not going to mention the company because, again, I'm not trying to get too deep into it, but there is a company that even if you pay off your tractor and it's outside the warranty period, they still have made it impossible for farmers to buy the pieces to fix their own tractors. And tractors are heck of expensive. So the right to repair will be good for that as well. Try and get the sticker on there right. I want to make it look like a 5-year-old did it. No offense, Ossia, but she just turned 3 today. Alright, so let's do this. I gotta build one more of these. And John says, I learned to change my headlights because they kept going out. And I hope Jenny doesn't mind me sharing this, but one thing I know about Jenny is that she is actually, I don't want to say a tomboy, because some people will take offense to that today, but back in my day, that's what we would have called them. Jenny actually started off her career in the Army as a mechanic. And so she knows how to work on quite a few vehicles and knows how to do some of the harder stuff on vehicles because of that. So I knew she'd be interested in that right to repair, which is one of the reasons I brought it up. And oh yeah, there she goes. She mentions I work on my own car, and John said I learned to change my headlights because they kept going out. I think I already read that, but my memory's about the same as a goldfish. About 30 seconds. And John's talking to Greg, says I agree. You guys, man. And I want my tax cuts. Well, I'm for tax cuts. I mean, shoot, I want to keep more of what I earned. And again, I'm trying to stay off the political, but I do agree with that statement. I'd like to keep more of what I earn. Oh boy. Y'all crack me up. And I sincerely mean that in a good way. Cracked me up so much I can't even put the sticker on straight. Looks like a 5-year-old did it. I was trying to avoid that. Anyway, the weather's continued to be warm out here. It was 100 degrees here today. But it's a dry heat, like I've mentioned before, so it's not as bad as it sounds, at least not in my opinion. I live in Virginia where sometimes it gets to 100, and it has the humidity with it. Of course, Greg, I think you're a little more used to that than I am more often where you're at, but boy, it's just miserable to be out there when it's like that. So John, I want my free health care. Okay, I don't know what I started tonight, but I'll take full credit for starting it. Well, you know, part of the reason that I want to do real estate is because I want to be my own boss. And I am my own boss when it comes to my Bricklink and my YouTube channel, but not my full-time job, and I just can't quit my full-time job yet because I don't make enough doing the other things that I do. So I'm hoping that this takes care of that for me, doing this real estate thing. And one place I talked to today, you can get like 80% of the commission goes to you, 20 to them, if you find your own people. But if you use their lead system, which is supposed to be good, in other words, people actually want to buy a house or sell a house, they split the commission 50-50 in that case if they provide the lead. So, and here I am looking like a little 5-year-old putting stickers on. Can't even get them straight. Well, you know, Greg, you say my clothes at the end of my shift, I feel like I'm swimming with all my clothes on every day. And, you know, I had an outdoor, door-to-door kind of job in Kentucky and Tennessee area. And I have to tell you, during the summer months, I used to come home on my lunch break sometimes, and I used to change my shirts because they were just so soaked by lunchtime. So I think I can relate to you there. here we go. Here's Greedo's little vehicle to get around in. I vaguely remember that being in the movie for about 2 seconds. And to be your own boss would be great, Jenny says, and I couldn't agree more. So I'm gonna work really hard at making that a reality. And yes, I am still trying to lose that pesky weight. And just like what was that? Homeward Bound, the cat Sassy. She says, no thanks, I'm still holding on to those 2 pesky ounces since Christmas. Well, I got more than 2 pesky ounces, but same concept. And no, I don't mind poking fun at myself, man. I know I got some weight to lose, and that's all there is to it, you know. And when I lived in Germany, some of the Germans think they're being rude. I didn't care, because I'd get on the bus and start talking to a German, and they'd be like, "Hey, you're fat." And I used to say something wise back at them, like, "Hey, thanks for noticing." They didn't know what to say when I didn't take offense to it, and I was just like, "Hey, thanks for noticing." I guess they were expecting me to say something back, but so what? You're right. I am fat. Thanks. And they used to also, a lot of Germans only have 1 kid, or 2 kids at max. And over there we had 4 kids, and Germans don't drive their own cars a heck of a whole lot. They do, but a lot of their stuff is mass transit, because they have a streetcar system, and they've got buses and regular trains, and taxi cabs, and there's definitely ways to get around besides your own car. And so we used to ride the train a lot, and when we used to ride the train too, they used to see us, and also getting back on base when we were in our car, we'd have to fork over like 6 ID cards, 1 for each person, including my wife, and they used to look at us, and they were German nationals that were working the gate, and they used to tease us and say, "Don't you guys know how to do anything else in your spare time?" And I never took offense to it. I thought it was funny. Ooh, this brick is cracked. Dang, Lego. Slacking on me. I'll replace it later. And Greg, you can swim to one end of the Salt Lake and come back. Sure. That sounds like the cure to boredom to me. And actually, the Salt Lake is really low right now. It's almost at the historical low. And the thing is, like, the lower the water level gets, the more saltier the concentration is. And normally, when it's even when it's at its normal level, it's so salty that you really don't have to worry about sinking if you can't swim. Just make sure your head's facing up, and you're buoyant enough because of the salt. So it's actually kind of cool. And with the lake being lower, the content's even higher, salty content. So, all right, let's throw this bad boy on. It locks on right here, and then let's see where that goes. Oh, here I see it. The amazing thing is the Salt Lake is not that deep. I think the deepest part is like something like 23 feet or something like that, 28 feet. It's really not that deep. But it sure is huge. Okay, now they want us to throw this on there, so let's go ahead and hook it on there. You are buoyant in the Salt Lake, John says, and yes, you are. All right, looks like we got time for one more bag. So let's get that started and out of the way. Now, when I first watched Star Wars, I was about 4 years old. And my family was real religious growing up. Now, they're not really anymore. But they were. And this guy I'm building right here, who supposedly has a cape, which I don't see his cape. Okay, well, all right. Yeah, I don't see his cape. Oh, probably over here. Maybe I should look first before I speak. But here you go. This guy I'm building here. I want to wait till I finish him before I finish my sentence here. Because I grew up in a religious family, I always envisioned that this guy right here is what the devil would look like as a 4-year-old watching for the first time. Because he was only in there for a second, but his evil smile that he had go along with the horns. I thought he was the devil at the time. And Jennifer, have I been to the Salt Lake? Yes, I have been there many, many times. My grandparents, as mentioned in other videos, they lived not too far from me where I live now. Of course, they're long past. Grandfather passed away in 90, and my grandmother passed away in 97? No, 98. Because I remember my oldest was a year old. So, they've been gone for a long time, but we used to come here every summer. And when we came here, there are people that do like kind of like miniature cruises on there, and it's not that expensive. Maybe like $20, and you get like a couple hours ride. And I've done it as a kid many times. In fact, in the 80s, when the Salt Lake was the opposite of where it is now, where it overflowed, that's when I did one of my boat tours, and there were some pieces that were normally just rock formations, but because of the water, they became islands for a short amount of time. And so, yeah, I've been there many times, and I mentioned Antelope Island with the buffalo. You actually have to go on this. They filled in the dirt and put a road on it so that you can get to the island by car. And so I've done that a few times too. And John said I saw it when I was 7-ish. Yeah. Star Wars came out in 77. I know, John, you're not that much older than me. So yeah, that's about right, isn't it? John says I'm continuing my NASA movies. Started with 2010 Hidden Figures, and now From Earth to the Moon. Okay, I'm not familiar with that, to be honest with you, but nothing wrong with having something good to watch. My current thing that I'm watching right now is Manifest on Netflix. I've been watching it while I'm at work, and it's a really odd sort of movie. It's like a TV series, and I've caught on to some of it, but every time I think I figured it out, it has another plot twist, so I have no idea. So I'm still trying to figure it out, and hopefully they get to the point soon, because I'm starting to lose interest because they keep dragging it out. And Jenny says that fits as the devil. Yeah. I really thought he was, but to a 4-year-old, it's that 4-year-old logic. You really don't know. So your mind tries to associate things and make it work. And Greg says, I want the rumored Tumblr remake to be real. I have 2 lakes near me. Okay, 2 lakes near you, or a lake near you. And do you ever go to the lake, Greg? Do you like water skiing, or you just like going fishing out there? I mean, like, what do you do out there? You can't fish in the Salt Lake because the only thing that lives in the Salt Lake is these, they call them miniature shrimp brine. They're really small and there's not even any really meat on them to eat, so nobody goes fishing out there. There's no other animals that live out there. It's even too salty for most fish. And John says, From Earth to the Moon is a mini series from HBO. Tom Hanks. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds good. I like Tom Hanks. I love his acting in the movie Big. That was good. Greg says Lake Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn. Okay. Are these big lakes? Sorry about that. If you heard that, I was kicking off my shoes. Getting a little too warm in here. Okay, Greg says all the above. Okay, fishing and boating. Cool. Alright, so how does this go? I used to go kayaking as a teenager. In fact, I had a kayak. And I used to go kayaking all the time. And my then girlfriend in high school got mad at me because I used to spend a lot of time going to different reservoirs and lakes and doing kayaking that I actually went out and got another one. And we used to go kayaking together. It was kind of fun. And I say kind of because, well, I mean, no offense, every guy will understand this. It's not that you don't love your woman or your significant other. It's just, well, you don't want to necessarily do everything with them. You'd like to have some time to do some stuff on your own and do your own thing. So, and I felt like that was kind of my thing, and I didn't necessarily want to share that with her, but I did, and it was fun, don't get me wrong, but if I had my rathers, I'd rather done it alone. And Greg says, yep, it is the way it is, isn't it? Oh, there it goes. Didn't want to stick there for a minute. Alright, so we got a little bit more here on the wall. Boy, I just realized that could have been taken political too. I'm working on the wall. Kayaking. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It'll build up your arms real quick, I'll tell you that. That'll make them sore real quick if you don't already have them. But I literally had a lot of fun kayaking. If you ever look at the Bay Area, California, San Francisco, well, they say San Francisco, but really San Jose is closer. But anyway, if you look up Lake Anderson, what was the other one? Stevens Creek Reservoir, Lexington Reservoir. Those are some of the areas I used to go kayaking in. I even went kayaking once on the Sacramento River. And that was kind of a little further from my house. I think it was about an hour and a half, if I remember right. But that was a great kayaking spot because it's not a fast-moving river. In fact, they have dredged it out, and they continue to dredge it out because cargo ships go up the Sacramento River all the way to Stockton, California, where even though it's inland, it has a port because they've dredged enough of it out that cargo ships can fit in there. So, and Greg says almost done, and that is correct. It is almost done. Is that a sign you're sick of me talking? I'm just kidding. Of course I would say something like that, but It's a big, beautiful wall. It's going to keep out all the bad people. Look what I'm starting again. Well, look, I make fun of both sides of the aisle. So I will say it the way that the former president used to say, it's going to be huge. He's never said huge. He always said huge. It's going to be wonderful. I've also noticed some of the things that how he said it. It made me laugh because he would say things like, you know, I was talking to people and they said it's never been done like that before. If you've seen Austin Powers, where he talks about, my dad used to say ridiculous things like he invented the question mark. And that's making fun of Al Gore, saying he invented the internet. He's former vice president. And, you know, just to be fair, I can make fun of the other side too. I saw one that said, it was a meme that had a picture of President Biden and it said, he's got a special 4th of July message for everyone. And it's got him saying, Merry Christmas. So, there you go. I'll make fun of both sides there. Just to be fair. And see, that's the thing. It doesn't bother me to hear jokes about the political side that I favor. If they're funny, man. And that's just the thing. I mean, laugh at it. It's funny. Oh, boy. Believe it or not, I have been getting better sleep since Osea left. I wonder why. Good kid, though. Great kid. I think I've already mentioned this, but I talked to her earlier today on video chat, and I really enjoyed it. She's a sweet kid. Miss her. The Great Wall of the USA. Well, there is I can't tell this joke because some people would really get offended by it. But I do know a joke about the wall that I think is funny. And again, I'm one of those people that will poke fun at both sides. I don't care. If I find it funny, I'm going to make fun of it. Well, here's a joke about the wall that I can say. There was one that said, how do foreigners feel about Trump's wall? And it says, they'll get over it. So there you go. Not a racist joke, just a funny joke. Alright, looks like we're starting to get to that point we can almost stick a roof on this thing. And I do find jokes funny, guys. I really don't care. I've heard all kinds of jokes, and to be honest with you, you know, without like telling any jokes, I will say this about jokes. I think what makes jokes funny is the fact there is an element of truth in there, but it's usually exaggerated, and it's the exaggeration that makes it funny, because honestly, if a joke was 100% accurate, well, then it probably wouldn't be funny. But if you take the truth and you exaggerate it, then, well, you got some humor on your hands there. It's cute, not offensive, and that's how I felt too. I didn't feel that joke was too much, but I'd be careful because I don't know. I guess some people have nothing better to do with their time than to sit around and be butthurt about certain things. So I don't want to offend anybody anyway, because I want everyone to feel welcome here. So that's another reason that I don't want to say anything too much. I do try to make this channel a place that we don't have to worry about what goes on in the outside world here. So okay, I'm like sitting here trying to figure this out, and looks like I was able to figure it out. And I wonder how many mittens would react when Trump makes a huge comeback. You know, I've wondered what would happen if he did. Again, this is not a political statement. This is actual history. I remember when he first took office, there were those people in D.C. that climbed that crane and put that big banner "Resist" on there. And then towards the end of his presidency, there was a lot of unrest. So I wonder what would happen. Sorry, guys. As the day wears on, so do I. And Jay, that's pretty much what I was trying to say, and I'm glad you agree with me there. The jokes are just an exaggeration of the truth. That's really literally what makes them funny. Oh, I messed that up. Let me fix that. Yeah. There. Coming along. Building the second door. This must be the rear door. And I still want to, like I said, I still want to buy 10 of these and build the docking bay for the what do you call it, the Millennium Falcon, but I haven't got the approval yet, or the money, so it doesn't really matter about the approval, to be honest. So, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, I see. Talking to myself here. Trying to get this door right. Alright, so we got the back door on here, and we'll get a better view for you guys. Right here. It's very similar to the front door here. Just turn the back around so I can see it, because I don't do well building upside down. My other half would say that I do like doing things upside down or backwards. But again, don't come at me. That's just a joke. And if you've ever been married before, you understand those sort of jokes. And how many bags you got? Well, we are on bag 14. There's 15, 16, 17, 18. So 4 more after this. Obviously, I'm not going to finish tonight, but we will be in a good position, though, to finish on the next live stream. Which, you know what, I'm just going to call it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will be available tomorrow, because I'm going to do the last live stream on this to finish it up. And as much as I want to do those other things that I was talking about, the other Tatooine sets in a review, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to do that. I can't commit to that at this time. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Talking to myself here, but I've got to make sure I get this right. Alright, so let's do love these little domes. I think they're really cool. And let's get the little control panel going here. So they put a little control panel here for the door. I do like that a lot. And let's go ahead and build a little roof piece. So I think it's for this little corner here because of the shape of it. Immediately after tomorrow's live stream is the film the review. Yes, I actually will film it, but it's going to take some editing, so that's why I don't think I'm going to be able to get those other Tatooine sets in there because, well, I don't have the time. But who knows? Maybe some miracle might come along and I will be able to do it because it's definitely something I want to do because, like Jabba's Palace, I think would go really nice with this set. So I definitely want to get through that, but I'm also just a man. I'm human. Which, you guys ever seen the movie Bedazzled with Brandon Fraser in it and what was her name? Something Hurley. I'm trying to remember her name. Elizabeth Hurley, I think it was. And where she plays the devil. And I think it's really funny because Brandon Fraser mentions God being a him, and she says something to the effect of, well, most men think they are gods, but this one just happens to be right. Talking about the real God. So I thought that was pretty funny. That is coming along well, thank you. And yes, this is for that little corner where I thought it would be. And that's pretty ingenious to be able to come up with a roof to fit that. That's not a really easy corner to catch. And it looks like we're building the roofs for these here now. And Greg, I don't mind if you send me a Facebook request to be my friend on Facebook as well, so you can instant message me directly. Doesn't bother me at all. That's weird. Ooh, I messed that up. Let me fix that. Because I do have trouble seeing my messages on Facebook. I guess Facebook isn't a fan of mine or something. But yeah, if you become my friend on Facebook, then I can more easily see your messages. Well, actually, it pops up and notifies me, actually. Versus what happens now, which is nothing unless I go searching for it. And Jenny says, yes, that's a funny movie. Yeah, I did like Bedazzled. It's kind of an old one. I think that's a 90s movie. Come to think of it, I haven't seen neither Brandon Fraser or Elizabeth Hurley in much at all lately, so I don't even know if they're still actively acting. Oh yes, I hope they make a Geonosis Arena. Oh, what's my last name? Carter. You'll see a picture of me holding my granddaughter, and I believe I'm wearing a Mountain Dew shirt. And I actually don't mind if people become my friend on Facebook, but I will warn you, I am political on there. you see a fat guy in a red shirt, that's not me. He also has the same name as me. Some people ask me that all the time. Hey, is that yours? No, it's not. I'm not the fat guy. I am a fat guy, but not the fat guy in the red shirt. So, all right. Well, here we go, guys. The cantina is coming along nicely. We've got bags 1 through 14 done, which, I mean, as you see, we've got plenty of little seats to sit. We've got the little bandstand thing for the band. We've got the bar itself. We've got the front door with the sensor for the droids. A back door. We've got quite a bit going on, but we still have to build like a thing for the roof here. So we got yeah, got basically just the roof left to go on here. I'm sure there's more, but anyway. Oh yeah, we got to build the dewback with the stormtroopers ride on too. So I guess that'll be next time. All right, and it looks like a moisture evaporator that they collect the moisture. There was a moisture farmer, his what do you call that? Uncle Owen, Aunt Baru. They had that, and looks like some sort of side structure. Anyway, I really enjoyed this build. I hope you guys have too, and I will catch you guys tomorrow night when I do the next and final live stream on this. And be good to each other out there. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks again.